Central. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And you know what? I feel like we're going to have an amazing show today. I'm so excited. Welcome to the Ask Saylee show. I'm really excited for tonight's episode because we are covering some really interesting things, right? We are walking through editing. So if you are here, definitely say hello. If you aren't here, right, for the live show, make sure to say hello on the replay. You guys know I love showing love to my replay crew. And yeah, we are about to get into it. I'm so excited. We have some awesome stuff to talk about today. Today, I decided to focus on editing. So I'm going to say hi to you guys. I feel like editing is something that we are always so afraid of. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, if you are here, definitely say hello. We are live. We are excited. We have so much to cover today. Right. So today, editing is what we are talking about. Editing is our jam. A lot of people are so afraid of editing. And I was like, you know what, Zay, we gotta cover editing. Now, also today, I have a free editing checklist for you. And you can click down below. I'm sure that link is somewhere in the description box. We are streaming live on YouTube. We're streaming live on Facebook, inside of our Facebook group. If you're not in there, you definitely want to join in. And yes, so Tiffany has already said that the editing thing scares her, right? So Tiffany, this is for you. If editing is very scary for you, if you're creating video content and you want to create pre-recorded content, or you want to reach a larger audience by repurposing your live content, then editing is something that you need to focus on, or, like get to learn. And I love saying that, guys, we have two things, right? We have time and we have money, right? So if you have time, you can welcome in learning a new skill, which is editing, right? And if you have money, you can hire someone out. So it's really up to you, depending on, what you have currently. If you check down below, you'll be able to find that editing checklist. And yeah, also, we are talking about programs today for if you're looking to edit edit with tools that are perfect for either Mac or PC, right? You guys know I'm a Mac girl. Hey, Miata, welcome. I'm a Mac girl, but I do have people that use Windows as well. And I decided, hey, Zay, let me share something that, more than that's multifunctional, basically, right? So we're going to cover some tools today, and I'm so excited. Hey, Cassandra. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. If you can do me a favor of sharing this episode, I'd be so grateful, because I know that in showing up here, you guys show me your appreciation by sharing, right? And that allows me to then show up for you and host these amazing live sessions that are packed with information every single Friday, right? If there's no session, I definitely let you guys know. So if you do download that editing checklist and you get on my email list, you will get automatic updates about when the show is hosted, but we're live most Fridays. If you don't know who I am, I'm Saylee Barclay. I am the creator of the Start, Shoot, Grow Video Academy, which we are opening officially in 2021. So we do have masterclasses going on till the end of 2020, but we are opening for registration in 2021. So this is content that I feel would get you guys ready for the Academy. So if you are looking to, first of all, build your or grow your audience, build your online course offering, and really grow your audience using video content, get your people to know you, love you, and trust you, then this is for you and you're in the right place. But we all know how tedious editing seems. It seems like something really big and scary, especially if it's not something that you know a lot about or something that you do all the time. Right? So we are going to get into it. So I'm going to just look down a few times and check my notes. Sometimes I use my teleprompter, but today I was like, you know what? We're going to get into it. We have a lot of notes to cover here. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just get into it. Hello, everyone. If you're here, say hello. Hi. All right. So now I want to start off with some questions. Obviously, if you're not in our Facebook group, you can definitely click down below to join our Facebook group as well. I don't know why I'm a little stuffy tonight. So if I do sound stuffy, please excuse me. Today, the first question that we are covering, right? You guys know that our questions are usually asked inside of our Facebook group. So our first question is from Javon Hamilton, who is very active in our Facebook group. I love when you guys are super active. Javon, if you're here live, I am excited to answer this question. And I'm going to break this question down a bit, right? So Javon asked, hey, Zaylee, I've been editing my own videos and it takes forever, right? What 3 tips would you suggest that I should do to speed things up a little? And I think under this, Javon said that one thing that she does do is organize her B-roll into a specific folder. And I'll talk more about that because we're talking about things. I'm going to break down editing in really simple terms so that you guys can easily understand, right? So here's the thing. The first thing that you need to do when you are learning to edit is pick a tool, right, Javon? So I'm going to give you 3 tips and we're going to kind of flow through things. So the first thing is to pick a tool. Pick a tool that you feel like, you can work with. I feel like when we start editing and you kind of dominate one tool, like you learn one tool, and I really think that if you learn editing, which is why I'm telling you guys, go get that checklist. It's actually a full-on masterclass. A free masterclass that I have, but in there, if you get that workbook that comes with it, because you guys know I specialize in Thinkific course creation. I'm a Thinkific expert and I have been for the past few years. I cover editing inside of that workbook. So that equipment guide has all the things that you need to really create your own online course, especially as it pertains to video content. So I'm doing this and you can do this too. Right? Hello, guys. Thank you so much for saying hello. And thank you so much for sharing. For the people that have shared, I really, really appreciate you guys. All right. So I feel like when you learn to edit or you start editing, you can basically kind of switch platforms because you'll have a format. And we'll talk about having a format or a system for editing in a little bit. But the first thing you want to do is pick a tool and dive into it. So today we're going to cover a few simple tools. All right. I'm going to start with you guys and just share my screen with you because you know how we do on this show. A few tools that I love and recommend, especially for beginners. Right. So let me get my screen all set up for you guys. And then I am going to share. Definitely say hello if you are here. You guys know how I do. Now let me just share this with you guys. There is a link down below for you to access our online course video guide, right? So I want to share that with you guys. So just give me a moment here. I got it. My screen is locked. Let me see. Whoop, whoop. All right. Let me just unlock my scene in Ecamm. You guys know that I love creating based on Ecamm Live. That's what I use to stream live to you guys, right? And it's not allowing me to head. Okay, here we go. Down below, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, I definitely have, the ability for you guys to download or watch this full masterclass based on creating video content as it pertains to your online courses. And in here, you'll be able to put your name in and put, your information in, and you will get that free editing checklist, or you'll get the equipment guide, which contains that checklist, right? All right, guys. So the first thing that I want to show you guys, it's a very simple tool and it's called Adobe Rush, right? So we're covering 3 simple tools today. The first one is Adobe Rush. And you guys know I love sharing, things that I am interested in with you guys, but I really test things before I even come to you with it, right? So this is Adobe Rush, and Adobe Rush was really created for people who are new to, video editing. And that's what I love about Adobe PremiereRush. And I've actually worked with Adobe in showing how this tool works. And I fell in love with it even more after using it to create. The cool thing about Adobe PremiereRush is that you are able to actually use this for social videos as well. And honestly, my favorite feature about it is that you can actually use this on your phone and import that content, right? So that is what I love most. I just want to be able to have you guys see my face. So give me 1 second while I set up picture in picture for you guys, because I want to say hi. I want to see you guys. Here we go. All right. I'm not sure why that's not happening right now. Okay. All right, let's get back into it. But Adobe PremiereRush is a really cool tool. Let me know down below in the comments if you've used Adobe PremiereRush just yet. And we all know that right now we have things like Reels, Instagram Reels, and TikTok and things like that that are on fire. So you can actually record on your phone. And honestly, the Adobe PremiereRush app has the camera is really, I don't know. I feel like it honestly enhances your phone camera. So you're able to edit either in app on your phone, as you can see here, or you are also able to edit on the computer, and it pulls whatever you're editing on the phone into your computer so that you can edit faster, right? So this is one thing that I absolutely enjoy using, and it's perfect for both Mac and PC, right? So you can see here the single app is $9.99 per month. Listen, hello. That's not bad at all, right? And you can start free. So you can start free. You can test it out. You can see if you like it. I definitely advise you to dive in. Like, come on, right? So that is something that is super dope, guys. Definitely check out Adobe PremiereRush, and we'll be going through an editing checklist in a little bit so that I can explain to you guys, like, you know, how you're able to just easily start creating your content with your video editing. Now, the next thing that I want to show you guys is Filmora, right? You guys know I love Filmora. I have a course on Filmora. A lot of you guys have that course already or have access to it. And so Filmora I love because it is both Mac and PC. You're able to use it on both platforms. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know down below. Also, if you have used Filmora, definitely let me know down in the comments as well. So Filmora is pretty cool. You're able to edit videos with minimal effort, and that is so true. And it's so funny. I think it was Javon who actually was having some trouble with Filmora, and we were able to kind of figure out what her problem was inside of the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, click down below and you can dive into the Facebook group as well. So I love Filmora because you're able to edit you're able to edit high quality video in there as well, even though it's an affordable tool. So you're able to do so many things. I love that you're able to use Filmora in the way of, or in a way, it works like an expensive program, right? I edit with expensive programs. Like, I love editing in Final Cut Pro, right? Or in Premiere Pro, but you can do a lot of those things inside of Filmora, which is why I decided to teach it for basic editing. So definitely, if you have not checked it out yet, definitely do it. And a lot of you guys inside of the Facebook group are asking questions about, you know, things that you can do inside of your editing programs. I think someone asked about, I think it was LJ, if I'm not mistaken, asked about, you know, and we'll talk about that as we move along throughout the show, using speech bubbles and things like that. I love Filmora because you're able to do things like that. Right? So you're able to use green screen. Last week we spoke about green screen. I think it was Kaniqua that asked about green screen. You're able to pan and zoom. You're able to do color tuning, you know, mix audio, advanced text editing. And another thing that I love about Filmora, guys, is that you are also able to put your brand colors. Like, you're able to make your video content brand specific. And you guys know I'm a stickler for that because I love showing up and presenting myself as a brand so that bigger brands feel comfortable aligning themselves with me and what I do, right? So that's something that you should definitely pay attention to. And that's the cool thing about Filmora. Like, you can do so many things. And it's a really affordable program as well, right? So I just wanted to definitely share that with you guys. There, you can use it on different devices as well. You can use your iPad. You can use your Samsung tablet. You can use your iPhone. You can use different things. So that is another thing that I love. And one tool that I love inside of Filmora. You guys know I am a course creator and I work with people that are looking to create online courses as well as it pertains to really showing up on camera. And one thing I love about Filmora is that you are also able to use it for clean and clear screen recordings. You guys know I love creating tech tutorials. I love empowering women so that they are able to dive into tech with no issues. If I can do this, guys, you can do this, right? So with Filmora, you can do your screen shares and all of those amazing things. So let me know down in the comments if you've heard about Filmora. I am actually going to check on you guys to see how you're doing. And then we're going to talk about one more tool. And this tool I'm going to share about, but I'm also going to release very soon, probably next week, a really in-depth walkthrough of this tool, right? And this tool I'm sharing because I love sharing with you guys tools that you're able to use to repurpose things, right? So we'll walk through that in a little bit. Let me just check on you guys, see how you're doing. Hey, Michelle. Filmora does have a free version. So I saw someone asking, is Filmora free? So it does have a free version. Hey, Dean, how are you? Oh my gosh, guys, just checking in, just saying hi. Javon is here. Hey, Javon. You guys know you can join the Facebook group down below. That's how I really get to connect with you guys and build relationships with you guys. So definitely, if you're not in the Facebook group, join as well. Someone said, good evening, X Factor. Hello. I don't know who said that because I'm seeing Facebook user. Sometimes I do. Shakena. Hey, guys. Hello, Kaniqua. Oh my gosh. All of you guys are here and you're so awesome. And as usual, I am sweating. Anyway, so awesome. I'm so happy to see you guys. LJ, I have a question lined up from you. You guys are so awesome. Hey, Miss Walida. Did I say that right? Miss Walida 8 from Dallas. Dallas in the house. You guys know I'm in Dallas and I love me some Dallas, right? Awesome. Thank you so much. I see a Facebook user, but I can't see who it is. All right, guys. So let's dive back in. Let me make sure that I'm on par with what I said we were going to discuss. All right. So this is a pretty new tool. And I'm not going to stay too long on it, like I said, because we are actually going to release some content about it. Hey, Sydney. We're actually going to release some content about it next week. Right? So it's on our content calendar for next week to talk about this tool, but I just had to pop it in here, and it's actually called Descript. And it's such an awesome tool, guys. You guys know I am a stickler for tools that you can use for different things. And Descript is actually a tool that you can use to record podcasts, right? You can also use it to do screen recordings. You can use it for so many things. You can use it to transcribe your videos. So anytime I create a video here with you guys, one thing that I really love doing is making sure that I transcribe it so that we're able to create social posts, we're able to create blog posts, we're able to do so many things. And the reason why I'm sharing Descript is because you guys know that I love getting on here, talking to you guys, but I love actually also being able to repurpose video content. So I use video content as my long form content. It's the main type of content. And I love that you guys are here because you know how important video is, and you know that you want to create video content as well. Right? So Descript is pretty cool for that. And it's really in depth. You can do so much with it. But like I said before, I'm not going to share too much, but you can edit videos in Descript as well. And let me tell you something, guys, the pricing for Descript, it's not bad at all, right? So if you are looking to really start investing in this way and repurposing your content, you can dive into there. Now, like I said before, we are releasing a full video on Descript. So stay tuned for that. It will be live next week, right? And I'll update you guys. If you're on the email list, you will know as soon as it drops. And I actually give you guys an in-depth back end view of Descript and how I keep up with creating content in it and how I use it with my team as well. Cool. All right. So I give you guys 3 simple tools that you can use to create video content or to edit your videos. So the first one was Adobe PremiereRush, which is such a dope tool. I taught a full masterclass on this with Create Cultivate in conjunction with Adobe a few months ago. And I had so much fun teaching it. And I actually really fell in love with the app itself. So if you follow me on Instagram and you see my reels, sometimes I actually use Adobe PremiereRush to do things like that. And we will be going in depth with this kind of stuff inside of the Start Shoot Grow Video Academy come next few months, right? So keep an eye out for that. The next tool that we covered is Filmora. You guys know I teach Filmora as well. And I love it. So all of these tools have different, like I would say Filmora and Descript are much more for the course creator or that content creator who is looking to create hardcore content, meaning you're creating your videos, you want to teach, you want to share your knowledge, and you want to make money from doing that, right? You want to really serve your people, tap into your people, and really create changes for them. And so Descript and Filmora are great for that. And Adobe Rush is amazing for social video. Right. So I hope that is helpful. And Javon, that is, let me make sure that I am here with you. Right. So that was that question. Hey, Sindal. Yes, you caught me live, love. So happy to have you here. So Javon, those were my 3 platforms. So dominate a platform. And I think, Javon, that you're already invested in dominating Filmora, and then upgrade. Like I said, guys, we have 2 things. We have time and we have money, right? So it's either you learn a new skill. And it's so funny because some time ago, I was talking to my dad, and he was telling me that it's so crazy that I actually started doing this kind of stuff so many years ago. And he's like, you're always at the forefront of things. And, one of the skills that were so important, someone released a list of skills that are important, especially in this time of, we're in the middle of a pandemic and things like that. Video editing was high on the list. And that just shows you, like, learning a new skill is so essential, because then you can make money out of nothing, I like to say, right? So pick a platform and master it. And I just gave you guys a walkthrough of 3 platforms. And as we move forward, we'll be going more in-depth content-wise on these platforms. So if you are on the YouTube channel, definitely, keep up with us over there. Now, actually, I have more tips. So Javon, that was tip 1, dominate a platform. Tip 2, organization is key. And I love that you shared that you kind of started organizing your B-roll in folders already. Guys, I can't tell you how important organization is. And the reason why I say that is in connection with, what am I saying? That's the thing about live video. When you have a brain fart, you have a live brain fart. In connection with, editing your videos, the cool thing is that if you're organized, you're able to do things like break up your video content. You get what I'm saying? Like, break up your video content. Think about it as a storyline, right? And so really good editing doesn't start when you open up that platform and you edit. It really starts from the perspective of actually tapping into what you're doing before. Like, your editing starts from you creating or pulling out. And you guys know I love speaking about intention and being intentional, right? So if you know what you want to come across in your video content, and if you have any of my courses, I always teach things like that. Like, be intentional about what you're coming on to share. Be intentional about what you're coming on to teach. Be super intentional, guys. It makes such a huge difference. So when you're able to plan what you want to be the outcome of your video before, editing is so much easier. So if we're telling a story, we have, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And so for organization, when you think about it like that, it makes editing so much more simple. Because while you're recording, this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the end. And if you are in that Filmora course, I really break down how to structure your video content. And that's something that you have to know. Like, it's really, really, really important for you to do that. Guys, I'm going to stop for a minute and ask you, if you have not shared this just yet, somebody else needs it. And I would love and appreciate you if you do share it, right? So organization is key. Know what is your beginning, your middle, and your end as far as your video content. You guys know I have my notes right here, so I'm diving into it. So pick a platform. And tip number 2 is organization is key. Think about, what you are actually, think about the story of what your video is about. Even for these live sessions, I always think about, what do I want my people to walk away with, and how do I want them to feel after? Right? If you took my masterclass 2 months ago, you know that this is something that I'm really passionate about sharing. All right. The third thing is stick to an editing workflow, right? Ooh, excuse me, guys. Stick to an editing workflow. So this is where I jump in with my editing checklist. Super important. Hey, Val. So your editing checklist is so important because you're able to keep up with this. And Javon, I hope that, you have a workflow for your editing, which is why I shared this checklist, right? So you want to actually, first of all, upload to whatever platform you are using, right? And the reason why I created this checklist is I wanted to give you guys a format that you can actually follow while you're editing. This is what I use. And the reason why I laid it out like this is because there are certain things you want to do before other things or after other things, right? Ooh, guys, I have a little cough. Thank you. Sorry about that. Right? So you want to be able to upload first to whether it's InShot, because you guys know I have tutorials on InShot on the YouTube channel, right? Filmora or Final Cut, iMovie, whatever it is you use, you want to be able to, first of all, add that content into, the tool that you choose to use, right? The next thing that you want to do is adjust the color and look of your video. And that is so important that you can do that. And like I said before, guys, you are able to actually download this checklist so that you have it all of the time, right? Oh my gosh, thank you, Sin. Sin said she shared. Amazing. I really, really appreciate you. Yes, Javon, it's so helpful. Organization is so key, and it helps your process for editing be much, much more simple. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me just turn my fan on because I am steaming. All right, hopefully this cools me down. Okay, cool. Thank you for holding on for me. But that's one thing that you want to do. Then you want to be able to splice, cut, and trim your footage. That is so important for you to be able to do that. And like I said, you want to do certain things before other things or after other things. Guess what? I could not find this little, hold on. Let me see if I can actually, because this is something that I do want to share with you guys as well. 1 second. Okay, show picture in picture, and then we want that round little tool. So you guys are asking me about that as well, and I'm going to share about that in a little bit, right? But so yes, you want to be able to delete unwanted footage, so the footage that doesn't make it, which is why you want to trim and cut stuff. And this is one thing that I do want to share with you guys. Why am I stuck? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Why am I having so much trouble tonight? Okay, here we go. One thing that I do want to share with you guys is a lot of times, trimming is so important, and it just means cutting down footage that you don't want in there. Now, the reason why I share this is sometimes we'll be getting ready to record a video, right? And then we touch the camera, right? And we actually turn on the button to record. And then we come and we sit down. And then when we sit down, we start saying, well, welcome guys, welcome to this video. And, I'm so happy to have you here, or whatever your intro usually is. And then here's what happens. we upload that video, but we have all of the scene before of us touching the camera, doing all of the things. Have you seen this before? And you can easily get into an editor on your phone or in a program just to create a neater, we want to present ourselves in the correct way. And you can easily just trim that off and make it start where you are sitting and saying, hello guys, welcome to this video. Little things like that make such a difference, especially when brands are looking at your work and looking to work with you. Right? I know you guys have seen that before. Val said, yes, these are things that we can get rid of. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm filming live with you guys, my team is going to repurpose this content, and the parts where I left or I coughed or something like that, we're going to remove all of those things. Right? So the cool thing is, because I'm live, I get to be, really interactive with you guys. I get to talk to you guys, but we get to cut all of those things out in post-production. Right? So that's the thing. But there are things that you can do to create just a cleaner experience when it comes to your videos. So making sure that you're doing simple things like that makes such a difference. Adding transitions, right? So adding transitions when things move from one space to another space is really important as well. Adding audio, being able to manipulate that audio so that your music, if you have background music, is not too loud. And let's talk a little bit about that. That's something that I feel like we don't talk about a lot. I like to say, because people ask about music all the time, right? And the thing about music is that I feel like if it's an educational video, because you guys know that that's my jam, you shouldn't have music playing in the background, right? Because you want your person to be paying attention to what you're doing. So it really depends. But if you have a vlog, or if you have something where you want to pull out a certain emotion, then you can add some music in there. So it's really about your discernment and understanding when you should use things like music and when you should not. And guys, ask your questions and talk away, because I like going through the comments after. So don't feel shy to do that. All right. So the other thing is, also, Javon said loud music is one of my pet peeves. It's very distracting. So if I'm creating course videos, I'm never going to put music in the background because it can be very distracting. Even if I do put music, it's really, really low, right? But yes, you don't want to have to fight with that. So just be careful when using audio, like audio effects or music or anything like that. Also, adding your captions. Sometimes what you want to do is you want to explain things further, or let's say you missed something while you were recording, you're able to add captions in to explain a bit more. You're able to do like captions. I like to say captions add character, right? So if you are looking to add even more character to your content, or context to your content, definitely using captions helps with that, right? And someone asked about, Javon, was it you or LJ? Somebody asked about using bubbles or speech bubbles or thought bubbles, and usually you're able to do that inside of your editing platform. So Filmora has some really cool tools and effects for that as well, right? All right, so back here, so this is your editing workflow. It's a checklist that I use all the time and that I've used for years. Yes, LJ, it was you. Awesome. I hope this is helpful. And then the other thing you want to be able to do is keep a standard intro. And this is actually, back to organization. So having a standard intro, so just being organized. If you've looked at my YouTube videos, I have a standard intro. If you've looked at YouTube videos, you would see that people do have a standard intro, because most times people think about having a YouTube video as if they had a show. And you guys know that I love referring to the Wendy Williams show, right? Because Wendy has her intro every day, and she has a song that she plays all the time. And guess what? Whenever you hear that song, I don't care what room you're in, you're like, oh my gosh, okay, Wendy is on, and it kind of stops you in your tracks. Whatever your favorite show is, more than likely there is, an intro. Even let's talk about web shows, State of the Culture with Joe Budden and Remy Ma. And Scotty Beam used to be on it. I can't remember everyone's names because I think they recently switched up a few things, but they have an intro. all shows that you can think about usually have an intro. So I want you guys to think about, having a standard intro that is pre-recorded that you can just drop into your content. Also, having a standard outro. So something that your people are used to where they know the video is over. Another thing you want to do is make sure that you're reviewing the order of your video and the tone. So go over and make sure you love the video aesthetics, make sure you like things, make sure you spell check, make sure you have everything organized and in a way that it looks appealing to you. Right before I export my video, right? So before I upload it to YouTube, I make sure and I watch the video in its entirety to make sure I didn't miss anything or that I cut everything out. Even when I get my videos back from the editor, I make sure and watch it all the way through before they upload it onto YouTube, because I want to make sure that I like, what's on there, or that I didn't do anything weird or sometimes, like, for me, when I'm recording, I have so much fun. Like, I do, I'll stop and dance sometimes to loosen up, and obviously my editor is going to see that and I wouldn't want it in the video, right? So I watch to make sure that they take all of those things out. All right. So those are, that's a bit of that workflow when it comes to editing your videos. And it seems like a lot, but it's really not a lot when you start editing. And guess what, guys? Editing is a muscle. Once you get used to it, fine. Now, if you never want to edit in your life, then live video is your jam, right? But you want to be intentional about the live video that you create so that you're able to repurpose it. All right. And my third, I think I covered everything. Stick to an editing workflow. Wait, did I have anything else to cover? Let me go through your questions and see if you guys have any questions. Actually, wait, I do. I so do. Like, what is going on with me? All right. So LJ asked, how do you put yourself in a circle and then the background so that you show people how to use the software, or I guess while you calculate formulas? Is that what it is, LJ? So here's the thing. For me, I love to really be honest. Most times when I have that set up, I actually either use Ecamm, which is what we're using now. However, you can always use Loom to do this. And guys, there was a discussion about Loom because, Loom has now limited, using the platform for more than 5 minutes for your free videos. It's a business. We can't be mad, right? Think about you providing an amazing service for free. No. So they made a limit of 5 minutes for free videos, but don't be afraid to sign up and invest in your business. When you invest in your business, people people start investing in you. Investing in yourself is such an amazing thing because things start unfolding for you because you're now putting out money for, your outcome. And because you're doing that, things just start working in succession, right? So don't be afraid to invest in yourself. But LJ, I think somebody else asked that question as well. I will tell you. Let me see. Tiara asked in the Facebook group as well. She said, hey, everyone, I'm working on videos for my course. So these are perfect for your online course, right? And so Tiara was wondering how you can add the talking head within the circle over the top side of the presentation. Has anyone done this before? So that was both of you guys asked that question, and Loom does that automatically for you. So what it does is when you open up Loom, it recognizes that you are recording. Now, usually the crazy thing is Ecamm does it as well. Okay, so let me try sharing my screen with you guys, right? And in sharing my screen, let me see if I can show you what that would look like if I do it on my end. So I'm going to turn on picture in picture and I'm going to do round. I was trying to do it. I recently updated Ecamm, so I'm not too sure if you guys can see it on your end. I'm not too sure why I can't see it either. Maybe I can't. Let me see. I don't know, guys. That's really weird. But usually I use it for that. Like Ecamm also has a picture in picture circle. So if I show you guys live demo mode, because I'm trying to do this without you guys. So I should just show you guys. What happens is usually in here, and I know Sydney, you're using Ecamm. I know the Natural Cole uses Ecamm, and you're able to turn on picture in picture. And I don't know why it's not turning on though. I know I just updated, so there might be a few changes in the platform, but yes, you are able to use picture in picture in that way. And you can see that you can do it in different, like wide, classic, square, round. So I usually leave it as round, and that is always really helpful, right? So you guys know I love taking you on the back end. So let's say I was showing you guys a screen share of this page. Usually I would be in the corner here, right? I think what it is was maybe I was supposed to turn it on before I started the show. I'm not too sure, but yeah. I hope that is helpful. So I'm going to take down live demo mode and get back in front of you guys here. So yeah, so that's how you're able to do that. So Loom does a really good job of doing that. I heard someone say recently that you're able to do it in Zoom as well. So feel free to play around in Zoom, because Zoom is a platform that you can do screen shares and teach things, but you can also have that front facing camera on you as well, right? So, you know, make sure to keep that in mind. Now, I have one more question before I get into live questions. And you guys know I have my timer on because we spoke about having a timer for the show, right? And so that question is from Sydney. And Sydney, this is such a good question. I don't know if you're still here, but Sydney said, Zaylee, you're so personable on Facebook and you're always responding to all of our comments. I too am trying to build a community through my Facebook group, but also posting in other groups and answering questions people may have. My question is, how do you, if you do, maintain a personal boundary with Facebook? I often have people messaging me, which might be okay, but I also have a lot of people who send me Facebook requests now because they see my posts, or they are okay, she's here or they are in groups on Facebook. What's the best way, or at least your way, to handle this? I want to be warm and personable, but I also want to maintain some boundaries sometimes. Sorry if this is a really long question. Sydney, this is a really good question and it's really packed. And I think that, well, first of all, I will be the first to say, Facebook is not my main platform. My main platforms are YouTube and Instagram, right? And when I say YouTube and Instagram, I am not a YouTuber. I am a businesswoman who uses YouTube for marketing, right? So I don't consider myself a YouTuber. However, it is one of the platforms that I enjoy using the most because I'm able to upload and step away and watch the returns of using that platform roll in, right? Because I'm creating intentional content on there. Facebook is a bit more personal. We all know Instagram is owned by Facebook, so it's very similar. Now, boundaries as far as, you know, letting people know, hey, first of all, I think a huge thing for us to keep in mind before I start talking about any of this is that you have to, I think a lot of what you are experiencing is wanting to be liked and loved by everyone. And that's just not going to happen. Right? So what happens is, if you are thinking about building community and wanting to be liked by everyone, you end up on a roller coaster of trying to please those people, right? So then you end up doing tasks that are not connected to your business or your bottom line, like answering questions all day inside of Facebook, or, you know, or DMs and things like that. And that can get you on a whole, like, oh my gosh. But what I would say is, one, if you're getting questions that people are asking the same question over and over, create pieces of content around it so that your answer doesn't have to be the same thing over and over again. And you can actually lead that person to your blog, your media platform, whatever it is, right? So keep that in mind. The second thing is, make one day where you spend 25 minutes responding to those people. It's okay to have people wait, okay? Like, you don't have to get to everything all of the time, like ASAP. No, because you're a person, and you have to remember, if you're running a successful business, you have to prioritize certain things. So certain things may not be, on the top of the list. Answering people on Facebook is not at the top of the list for you every day. Create time, whether it's once a week or once a day, to hone in on that kind of thing until you can hire someone to actually handle all of those things for you. So that's the first thing. Being a personable person, it reads into people communicating and connecting with you when you get online. You don't have to be a rude person, right? Or I don't think you should be, right? Especially if you're running a business, you do want to be personable, right? But people will start learning or understanding your boundaries. If someone messages you at 5:00 and you answer at 4:59, meaning that you answer them before they finish typing the message, that person will kind of always feel like they have instant access to you. And you want to reserve that energy for your students and your clients and the people that are actually investing in your products and services, right? But I think that one thing that really helped me was creating content around questions that I saw coming up often, even in Facebook groups, right? Even think about our content tonight. Editing is something that people are always asking about. They're always wanting to know more about it. So I have a full blog post over on the blog about editing. I have programs on it. So I'm able to give people options that give them those answers instead of being connected to my inbox all day, right? Let me just see if I answer. Sydney, am I answering your question correctly? I think people learn boundaries based off of how you handle it, right? If people know that you're readily available for free information 24/7, they might never be even interested in paying you, right? So have office hours where you're able to connect with people and see who wants to work with you, or create free content that is actually, intentional and intent on creating a conversion in your business. Guys, we are running businesses at the end of the day, so this is something that we need to think about, right? But yeah. Let me know if this is helpful. I really hope this is helpful. And I really want you to keep in mind, and a lot of us on here, showing up as yourself is your superpower. A lot of us are stuck in wanting to be liked by everyone, and it doesn't work that way. Not everyone is going to like you, right? I think I also have a lot of people who ask about my services via Facebook Messenger. Let me see. I just want them to go to my website. So that's what you do. You lead them exactly where you want them, right? And then you can also, this is another thing, Sydney, like set up an automated message, an automated chat bot or something that has a few prompts, right? So that you're able to then guide them. Sometimes the question is answered right there and then. And the thing that I like about automation is that if they take the next step and schedule time with you, then you know that person is serious. So whether it's behind a pay barrier or whether you have a really intense form that they have to fill out, you will always know who is serious about working with you, because they will take the time to take those steps to work with you, right? Or they will take the time to pay you. So you got to think about it like that. But yes, create a page or create a response so that you don't have to be stuck in your inbox. All right, guys. Yes, Javon said, great tips and awesome advice. Yay. Okay, I'm going to go through. Do you guys have any questions? Let me see. Okay, Sydney said that. Let's see. Hold on, Sydney. Sydney said they're messaging my personal Facebook Messenger. Can you set up that with your personal account? I have that with my business page. That is a really good question, Sydney. I am not an expert in messenger bots. Wait, can you? That is a really good question. I'm not too sure. I know you can do it with your business page because I have mine set up that way. But I'm not too sure if you can do it with your personal page. That it might actually be illegal. However, keep a copy and paste, right? Sydney, you are in such a growth phase from what I can kind of tell. You're in a place where you have a lot going on, and it's really time for you to scale, girlfriend, scale and higher, right? I sense that. So, I'm so excited for you in this stage and phase. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I totally get that. Now, I'll tell you, I don't use my personal Facebook a lot. So people add me on Facebook, and I hardly use my personal Facebook. I hardly use Facebook. I really use Facebook for you guys because I love you guys genuinely, right? And I love interacting with you guys inside of the Start Shoot Grow Facebook group. Right. But yes, have something automated, even if you have it as a copy and paste on a document. I know you have a MacBook, use stickies, right? What do you do when clients friend you on Facebook? This is a really good question. I feel like for me, I really operate from a business standpoint. So when a client adds me on Facebook, it's totally fine. Most people are using, I feel like even Facebook personal profiles are not personal anymore, right? I feel like it's all business. Like everyone is using their business pages and their personal pages. At least most of the people that are on my friends list are using it for business. So I really don't have, I feel like there is no more personal. And you let me know, like, what is your experience with this? I feel like there's no more personal Facebook page. So, if clients do friend me, that's totally fine. And it's so funny. I feel like the people that I work with are really, the people that I work with and the people that I love working with are like friends, because we can talk about, similar things. Like, I really vibe with my clients, to be really honest. Right. Let me see. Javon said, Filmora lets you use a split screen. You can do this when you edit. Javon, I'm not too sure what you're talking about. Is it that you're using Filmora? Did someone ask a question? I don't know. Let me know, and we can get back to it. Sindal, thank you so much for being here and for sharing. You are absolutely amazing. Let me see. Oh, Sydney said, I love my personal Facebook page. That's why I'm so keen on boundaries. My friends group, mid-20s, are all getting married and having kids, and I love that stuff. I gotcha. Definitely, Sydney. Make your Facebook page private then. That would be my advice. Like, if you do feel like that, then you think about it. A lot of people that I know as well who are like super influencers or the gurus, they have a Finsta, which is a fake Insta. So you have your Instagram for work, but then you have a private Instagram that nobody really knows about, but your friends and family can like see you update and things like that. So that's what I would say, Sydney. Make that personal profile private so that you keep your friends and they can update you and things like that, right? Okay. Someone said, let me see. Hold on. I need to turn this on correctly because then my bun is hiding it. Okay. I bought a Logitech Stream Cam months ago. I want to do cooking demos and use Stream Cam as my main camera. And, Stream Cam as my main camera. And set up my phone camera for overhead shots. I heard I need OBS to do this, but not sure how to find the best solution. That's a really good question. Are you using a Windows or Mac? Yes, a fake page. Yes, Sydney. I have to put that Sydney said a fake page. Yes, a Finsta, or that's what they call it, a fake Insta, where you actually are able to like private and have private moments with your family and your friends that you really care about. I can't see who asked that first question about the Logitech Stream Cam, but if you are able to let me know what operating system you're using, maybe I can share a little bit. Right. Obviously, if it's a Mac, you can use Ecamm for that, which is super, super cool. Let me see. I hope this was helpful for you guys as it pertains to your editing your video content and, really being able to create systems out of it. Let me see. I'm kind of going through to see if anybody had any questions. Love Khadidra said, ooh, I've been wondering how to record with myself. Oh, that's what Javon was answering. How to record with myself, half on the screen and then an image or video on the other half. Yes, you're able to split screen in Filmora. Thank you, Javon, for answering that. See, I love having you guys here. Somebody else said I've been hearing a lot about Descript. Yes, and so I have a really in-depth walkthrough of Descript and how I use it coming up for you guys, right? And Sindal was in the house. She said, hey girl, hey, I caught you live. Sydney asked, do you like Filmora more than Final Cut X? I have Final Cut currently. No, I love Final Cut more, to be really honest, because that's what I learned to edit on, and I'm a beast. I keep hitting my mouth on the microphone. I'm a beast at Filmora, right? So I really at Final Cut, which is more advanced than Filmora. So Sydney, pick one of those platforms and dominate it. I was determined to learn Final Cut years ago, and I did. And so for me, it's easy to flow through Final Cut. Like it's just, and another thing that I love about Final Cut is that you're able to really bend the platform. Like you're able to buy, hacks and things like that online. You guys know I am a nerd when it comes to things like that. So I'm able to just bend the platform a lot more than others. So I really love Final Cut more than I do Filmora. However, if you are a beginner, I feel like Filmora is a really great place to start. So if you're thinking about money, because Final Cut is $300, another reason why I love it is it's a one-time payment. I paid for it once years ago, and I have it on all of my systems, right? So that's another cool thing. But yes, if you are thinking about like really just starting off and you don't want to invest $300 all at once in a program, Filmora would be a great way to start, right? Sydney said, Zaylee, can you talk about the benefits of us doing all the content editing creation in our own service-based business versus outsourcing? Sydney, I kind of shared this before. We have time and we got money, girlfriend. So you got to think about, Sydney, your time is already crunched. So this is what I love, and this is what I like teaching. And this is why the other day I was asking you guys, like, what do you consider yourself as it pertains to being a founder, a woman CEO, like all of those things? Because what happens is that for me, my zone of genius and what converts the most in my business is when I get in front of the camera, right? So this is what I love doing. So everything else, although I used to do it before, I don't have the time to do it anymore because this moves the needle in business. Me getting on here, sharing my expertise with you guys, connecting with you guys, talking to you guys, creating master classes and courses, doing consultations. All of those things are what I really love to do. So all of the other aspects of editing, uploading, and all those things, I outsource them. Right? Because it's not a great use of my time when I need to show up for my business or when I need to do sales calls, record webinars, do things that actually move the needle in the business. So one thing that I am sure moves the needle in anyone's business is getting on camera. That's why I'm so passionate about it. A lot of us are in the back end doing a lot of busy work when this is where we need to be, doing our services and, obviously getting on here and marketing. Right. So that is, like I said, you either have the time where you're not that busy and you can do these things because you love them, or I used to love editing and things like that, but I just don't have the time to do it anymore, especially with a growing business. I can't do it. Right. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Let me see. If anyone asked anything else, we're about to get off in a little bit. Sydney, I hope that is helpful so that you are able to do, your page. Javon, I just realized that you were speaking to Khadidra, right? Let me see. Wait, Cassandra, you asked a question? I couldn't see it, or did I miss it? Oh, about the cooking show. Okay, Cassandra. Okay. So I think that's what's going on here. So this is the thing. Oh, wait, but I didn't see. Oh, I'm on Windows. I asked the Logitech question. Okay, Cassandra, sorry, girl. Whew. All right. So this is the thing, right? With if you are looking to use, let me see, I wonder if you can use a cloud-based platform. Maybe you would have to use an OBS, but I know OBS can be pretty tedious for people because it's a lot of technicalities involved in using OBS. My question would be, Cassandra, have you used OBS just yet? Because I know that it's a pretty meaty platform, right? Miss Walida, I hope I'm saying that right, but Final Cut after the free trial, when I bought it, it was $299. I don't know how much it is now, but I bought it years and years and years ago, right? Sydney said, Zaylee, thank you. You know, I always need to hear the truth from you always, and I am here to give you that. And the reason why is, like you said here, you know I will act on it. And I love that about you, Sydney. You take what I say and you go out and you execute. Cassandra, if you can let me know if you've used OBS already, because I know OBS is a bit of a brolic system to create in, right? Nope. So that would be my first thing. Now there are systems that you could use where you use multicam, right? Or you have like 2 cameras plugged in. You are able to do that. Yes, last week we walked through Restream, and you're able to use Restream. Oh, I can't go through it because because I'm using it to stream right now. But a lot of these platforms are able to connect different cameras to, what it is you're doing, right? So even with Ecamm, although it is Mac based, I can, even on my masterclass some time ago, some of you guys were on the masterclass, and I had different camera views because I wanted you to see different views of my setup and what the back end of my setup looked like, right? And so you are able to use things in that way. You're able to use these platforms in that way where you connect your phone, or, the thing about OBS, Cassandra, is it's a bit of a brolic system. So you really got to sit down and look at tutorials and things like that if you know that it's something that you want to use in your business, right? So I would suggest doing that so that you're able to, dive in that way. Sit down and really research it and look it up. But I know it can be a bit much. So if you are looking for a simpler solution, definitely look into like a Restream, because I think you can record natively in Restream if I'm not mistaken. But yes, and I would love to keep me updated on, what you find. But I know you can use OBS to do that. The answer is yes, you can. But I just know that it can be tedious. And sometimes when things are tedious, we don't end up sticking with it. It's the thing, right? Miss Belita said, thank you for these sessions. You answered my question in my head about recording with a split screen. Yeah, listen, there are so many ways for us to get things done, For me, like I tell you guys, I love creating tutorial-based content. I love sharing software with you guys. And I love if you're able to see me in a little circle somewhere on my screen, or, if I'm able to show you guys. And trust me, on this journey, I have done so many tools are evolving as time goes, which is so cool. I remember when I first started using Final Cut, I used to record, guys. I used to create all of my presentations natively in Final Cut. So I would add my presentation slides as PNGs, and I would record in front of a green screen and then place myself in the corner of my screen to teach my class. Now we have tools where, you have different layouts and things like that, right? And that is what's so cool about all of these tools. They're evolving and upgrading and making things so much more simple for us, which is so cool, right? I'm even trying to see if I can show you guys on Ecamm how you're able to change scenes, but maybe that's something that I will leave for another day, right? Because we're almost at capacity. So let me know if, time capacity, right? We've already passed that time. Let me know if anything that we shared tonight was helpful for you. Let me know what was helpful for you. And then we are about to get off. Again, I'm so thankful for you guys being here. Oh my gosh. Next week, I'm going to ask about all your questions about content inside of the Facebook group. What is stopping you from creating the actual content, because a lot of us can just use our phones, kind of like what Cassandra was saying, right? A lot of us can use our phones. A lot of us overcomplicate things, right? And you don't have to do that. So what is stopping you from actually creating? Is it that you don't know what kind of content that you should create? Is it that you don't know what your next video should be about? What is really stopping you? So that's going to be what we're talking about next week. So I'm going to ask inside of the Facebook group, what questions do you have? If you are not in the Facebook group just yet, you definitely know how to join. Michelle says she overcomplicates things. And that is what I am here to help untangle, because it's really not difficult, right? It's really not as difficult as we think it is. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and we will connect here next Friday. I can't wait to see you guys. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Take care, guys.